Hey.
We're over there. Hi.
Oh, all right.
Are we?
Hey.
Hey. How's it going?
Hi.
Yeah, it's going good.
We're here for the podcasting.
Let me tell you how good it's going.
We were calling about the podcasting that was advertised on the internet.
Right.
Please turn your radio down, sir.
Oh wait, no, I can't. Because I'm
Turn down your radio. Your radio.
Your radio.
Yeah, we're going about BMFcast.
The prank caller.
There we are.
Man, it's April.
Sure is.
Yep.
What a month.
Such a
What
month.
a month.
Such a month full of themes and merriment.
A monthy month.
Ooh, it is a really monthy month.
It
It's
is
got a lot of
so much month.
a lot of month to it.
I'm sensing like a monthy, musky thing going on here.
Yeah, like a monk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh, is somebody tweeting already?
Oh, I tweeted the shit out of it.
Oh, God.
You did?
Oh,
Thanks,
yeah.
Chuck.
You're welcome.
You're
Hey,
so-
no
I'll
problem.
put it on the book of faces.
You're so quick.
Yeah, how do you get do you just sit there banging refresh?
Banging
Just
on that.
like
I'm always
wailing
banging.
away on refresh? Just refresh.
If I'm not refreshing, I'm banging. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
That's right, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what? Banging refreshes me.
Hey-oh.
Wait,
Yes.
You're Gogo
Ho.
13?
Yes.
What?
Someone will get it.
Somebody.
Ooh, look, a live stream.
No, Chuck. I'm just a professional.
Oh.
12p.
Yes. Welfare P. There we go.
I'm going to retweet that. I'm going to RT it.
Oh,
I'm going to
retweet
star
that
it.
so hard.
Fave it. We should change our link in our thing to be our Fave Star account.
You should shut
You
your
like-
fucking face.
Be like, check out my latest hot tweets. Fave Star.
Hot tweets.
Hot tweets.
Hot
Hot
tweets.
tweets.
Hot tweets.
Hot tweets.
I love that we all are on Twitter all day long, and all we do is like ridicule Twitter.
Twitter's so fucking stupid.
Twitter's the fucking worst. I can't get off of it. I can't stop using it. It's so fucking
It's
terrible.
like where I get all my information. It
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
I get all those hot takes.
I get news faster there than the actual news outlets.
I get everything without nuance.
Just an occasional joke I laugh at.
Oh,
Sons of bitches.
No, I don't laugh at
Yeah.
any jokes.
The only thing worse is the joke you don't laugh at. And you're
Oh.
like, oh man, you ruined my day, bad
Why are
joker.
you reading my Twitter account again?
Wow, Cal's watching all the way from Australia. Hello, Cal.
Man, what time is it over there?
Late.
What day is it?
No, it's early.
He's in the future.
Oh my God. He's in tomorrow.
Sorry, I had to load my account because YouTube being dumb and YouTubey.
It's okay with defining yourself through Twitter.
Yes.
That's you do you, buddy. just don't be a Twitter shithole, and you'll be
Nah, I never harass anybody.
Twit hole?
Twit hole.
fine. Yeah, fuck you. That's all you do all day.
I'm nice to everyone on Twitter. I
Yeah,
don't
you're
know
a
what
nice.
talking
You're a
about.
nice guy.
Yeah, I'm a nice
Nice
guy. That's me. I'm the nicest.
Oh,
I'm just like
yeah.
the politest to everybody.
Maybe I'm not really polite, and maybe people don't like me.
I like all of the things you guys like.
Just don't fall onto the table.
Yeah.
Like
I don't bathe regularly.
11:30 a.m. Thursday. Oh my God.
What?
What are
Can't handle
what are
that.
the day's headlines? Tell us now.
Give us the lottery numbers.
Who do I invest in? What stocks are hot?
We have like 30 minutes to go buy lottery tickets. Please. Tell us tales from the future.
Man, so pumped. So pumped.
Because you got that Sparks.
Oh, yeah.
That is true. I did not order Sparks in my Sonic, but they gave it to me anyway.
Sparks.
And I had cold brew this afternoon, so
Oh, this guy had some cold brew.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
What the Jesus shit Christ is cold brew?
You brew the coffee cold.
Well,
And it
at room temperature.
room temperature.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it does a way better job of extracting the caffeine.
Yeah.
And
It's all up in your crevasses.
Do you drink it cold?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Go
room
nice.
temperature.
yeah, like iced coffee.
yeah.
It goes in like a fucking IV, man. Shit'll kick you like a mule.
No, like seriously, the last 2 mornings I've had cold brew coffee like on my way to work.
Okay.
And I get into work and I'm like,
Oh yeah, man. I get into work and I get shit done. I flip tables. I'm like, you get to work, everybody. The fuck are you resting for? Yeah.
What? Okay.
Huh?
Is there a special machine or apparatus that makes
no,
this
you
happen?
dump it in a like big jar.
You get a vessel, a vase. In fact, sometimes ours
use a
was
vase.
a former flower vase.
It's pronounced vase.
Vase. All right. But yes, you get basically a vessel that can hold 7-8 cups of water in it.
Okay.
And what you do is the ratio I use now is I've gone to 6-to-1. 6 cups of water to 1 cup of coffee grounds.
That seems like a lot, but it might not be. I don't know. I measured mine out by weight, so
Okay, yeah, I don't do
So
it
I
that way.
don't-
But so you put 5 cups of coffee or excuse me, 5 cups of water.
I was going to say 5 cups of coffee.
into the
Fuck.
vessel. Oh yeah. But you put them into the vessel, and then you put the 1 cup of coffee grounds on the top, and you just kind of sprinkle it on so it all sits on the top, and then you slowly pour that last cup on top, the last cup of water, so they get wet, and then you let it sit for at least a dozen hours.
Whoa.
I've gone up to 72, and that stuff will like let you see the future literally.
my hair could hear Monday morning.
Don't let it. It can't steep
Yeah.
that long. But then, you got to pour it through a coffee filter. And
So you just like straight ground up coffee in water, let it sit, and then strain it.
Yeah. It's like brewing coffee only without the heat and with a lot more.
yeah, it basically removes the acidity because when you get the hot water in it, it creates a different.
I just like to point out
chemical
that
reaction.
I surmised the entire process in about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
He took way longer
I
because he wanted to.
I like to go into the process.
He's
All right.
jacked up right now,
Oh,
so he
sure.
needed to
Yeah,
give you the
get
details.
all
yeah,
that
that's
out,
why
yeah.
they put that Sparks in my Sonic, and
Yeah.
now I'm just like that Sparks.
Fucking A!
tight. Something like that.
Please turn down your speakers, listeners.
Oh, it's going to be another Robot Jocks moment where speakers are being blown out by Mackie.
Nope. The podcast is going to start and you'll be like, yeah, that movie was.
Oh,
awesome.
hi, welcome to our show. We did things.
So your quality Patreon content here with us shouting and telling you how to
These balls are quite
breathe
salty.
coffee.
They're sweaty. I enjoy these
I
sweaty
like
balls.
tea, but it doesn't get me fucking wrecked like coffee does.
What's wrong with us?
I don't know.
I like tea, but it doesn't get me fucking wrecked like coffee does.
Also-
The thing is, I am a
Snickers.
caffeine junkie. Hey,
Hey.
watch your mouth.
What?
Whoa.
It's pretty hard to watch your mouth.
Yeah,
I can't see it.
She like just a little bit.
Yeah.
Like tips. Hey,
Hey.
should we make a podcast?
All right.
I think some people are here.
Yeah,
I
we got some.
think we're safe to
busy
folks.
chat. They're like
safe to make a
chat.
podcast.
Usually we're like waiting a few minutes, and all of a sudden it.
We got international chatters.
Yeah,
I know.
Man,
Yes, it is. It's
people
like
from
a,
Canada, people from
it's
Australia.
like a United Nations here.
Yep.
Yeah, everyone united and listening
United
to us talk
of-
about being caffeinated. and-
United Nations of people that mostly speak
Oh yeah, we
English.
got a Canadan
It's
as
a-
well.
Yeah,
It's a coalition.
a Canadian, I believe, is the word you're looking for.
The axis of evil. Right here in the chat.
what?
What side are you on, Chuck?
Huh? No?
No.
Oh.
It's the allies of evil, you idiot.
Yeah.
Ha! I get it.
More like, podcast.
Oh, Tim Hortons. That's where you go when you're done playing hockey.
Yeah.
He can't do
I
it.
was hockeying so hard earlier.
Got the hockey hair.
I'm still waiting for the war of Canadian aggression. It's going to happen.
It's coming.
You can't trust anybody.
I don't want to
that's
hear.
that
I don't want to
polite.
hear your Canadian accent either. Come on.
Yours
is Brooklyn.
yours is from from fucking Jersey.
Oh, geez. You want me to do that? Is that what
Oh,
you're
yeah.
talking?
Oh, yeah.
That's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
close here.
Wait,
Yeah, it's
What?
You just get right up
What
like
is- no,
no.
wait.
There's
No,
a
no,
fine
no.
there's a fine line. You just you have to start.
that's Minnesota.
You have to no.
No, wait.
You-
He's
you-
doing like.
You start at Minnesota, and then you just kind of start pretending like you're getting drunk, and it sounds just like Canadian.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same thing.
That sounded Irishish.
Anyway.
Just say A in polite things, and
Yeah.
you've got Canada
A boot.
down.
And there's a time and place for A.
All right.
All right. Podcast?
Yeah, let's do this, man.
Sweet.
Let's fucking do
We
it.
have to reveal
No, I'm
our
tired now.
theme and everything. It's all a mystery right now.
Oh, yeah, it's a theme month.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they know the theme.
No.
Do they?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, that's right. They do.
Do they?
How do they know?
Shock,
We told them the
Shakma.
theme last week.
Oh, yeah.
Shockma.
First there was Shakma, and,
Right.
and then there was Wheels of Terror.
Right, sure.
It's the theme
That's
month.
the theme. Yeah, it's totally the theme. I didn't grab the timer. We probably don't need.
Don't worry about it.
I don't think the first half's going to be no much problem. Nope. Don't say that. Let me talk for like
3 weeks later.
Yeah. Just like 20 minutes of Furious 7 talk turned into literally an hour.
Yeah.
All right, and welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey, BMFcast!
Episode 269. Yeah. Oh, I get it.
No, Nintendo 269.
Oh, right. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
The famous console.
Yes.
So I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And what we do each and every episode of the BMFcast is sometimes we have theme months.
Huh.
Yeah,
We do?
sometimes.
Okay.
But what we do is we watch ourselves a quote-unquote bad movie. We come in here and talk about it for the first half. Good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies. They get 1 to 5 jocks as in robot jocks.
Robot Jocks!
And the bad movies as a stay away. They get a negative sliding scale. 1 to 5 bags as in douchebags after Twilight.
Go away.
Yeah.
Yes. Get
I mean-
thee away from me.
I mean, no.
So theme month, right?
Yeah, continuing the theme.
Totally continuing the theme.
Yep.
April's theme is Kid and Play April.
Yay!
Hey, Kid and Play Pro!
Sorry, just going to bask in this for a moment.
What? Kid and
Nothing.
Play Pro?
Yeah.
Everyone loves Kid and Play Pro.
Yeah, Kid and Play April, the best theme month of all the year.
Yes.
Yes.
It's our
Theme
fourth
month.
year of doing it.
A very unlimited theme month.
Oh,
We're just never going to run out of Kid and Play Pro
No,
movies,
there's
are
just-
we?
There's so many movies. There's the movie we watched, House Party,
Yeah.
from 1990.
We finally got to House Party as part of Kid
Yeah, I don't know why we didn't start
90s
there.
House
That's so
Party.
weird that we've run the entire gambit of Kid and Play movies.
Well,
Sometimes you got to
know,
go back to the beginning.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. So,
We got to get the origin story of
Yes. Yeah.
to see the
Party.
future,
I
you
needed to
must see the
understand.
past. Yeah.
plot summary for
All right.
House Party.
Oh, yeah, please.
The House Party, the
Go
original
on.
House Party.
Oh, not the gritty reboot?
No, no.
Okay.
Young Kid has been invited to a party at his friend Play's house, but after a fight at school, Kid's father grounds him. Nonetheless, Kid sneaks out when his father falls asleep, but Kid doesn't know that 3 of the thugs at school have decided to give him a lesson in behavior. That.
Who wrote that?
I don't know.
Was that like the back of the DVD blurb?
No, it's like the random thing on IMDb I found and kind of like.
Oh, so it was written by some guy who doesn't speak English as a first language type deal.
Maybe.
But yeah, this is a 100% slice of life 1990 movie.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Life was just like this.
It was.
Life seemed pretty good.
Really?
In 1990.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This was not my experience in 1990. None of this.
Oh, this is my story.
Was it?
Yep.
Cool story, bro.
Thank you.
No, I had never seen House Party before this,
Oh.
Neither have I.
and I can say I was not expecting to recognize as many people as I recognized in House Party.
All the people, as a matter of fact.
People got their starts.
Yeah.
Some people got their ends.
Some did, yes. but a few went on.
Kid and Play
Very
kind of
few.
went on to make other Kid and Play Pro
Hey,
movies.
I believe
like-
I actually celebrated the entire Kid and Play filmography.
Really?
I think I've seen all 3 House Parties and Class Act.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well,
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm not trying to brag. I'm just pointing that out.
No,
Yeah, you are.
you clearly were.
No, I was just trying to state that's their entire filmography. Then playing Kid's father is the late Robin
Harris.
Harris.
Yes.
Suddenly I blanked on the last name. I was like, so many different Robins in my name.
Yeah,
library
and
there.
Martin Lawrence
Martin
is their
Lawrence,
best
best
friend,
friend, yes.
which not expecting that.
No,
Nope.
I believe he returns at least for the first sequel.
As does his TV wife, Tish Campbell Martin.
TV
or girlfriend or whatever
Yeah,
she
let's
was.
go with
Estranged. Martin.
Let's go with Estranged.
wife
Yeah.
If
of
you
Martin.
read the backstory there.
Yeah.
Who else? people. I mean,
There's some
there's
a couple
small-
guys
smaller
later
ones.
on that show up in Agent 00 Soul
Yes,
Yes.
BMFcast alums of the mumble guy.
and the giant idiot son.
Yes, those guys.
I mean, there's kind of
Are they a comedy team?
No, I think
No,
probably
they
the
just-
casting person was just like, well, those guys are available.
Yeah, and John Witherspoon shows up playing basically the exact same character he ends up playing in Friday.
Yes.
Yeah. Every time I've seen that guy, that's been the character he's played.
He's gotten progressively better
At that character.
Being that
character.
guy.
Yes. In this, it seemed like they had one line of dialogue for him, and he just vamped the rest of it. Of just
He did. I think it said in the trivia that all of his lines were
Okay. Felt like it.
improvised.
That feels like a common theme throughout this movie.
sure.
Yeah, could be.
yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of people you'll recognize in some smaller roles. I mean, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's the basic cast.
Okay.
House Party.
Let's rate it.
Honestly, the whole plot summary kind of sums up the beginning of the movie pretty well.
Yeah.
It's as you say, slice of life 1990s high school. Sure.
Kind of. I mean, it's
High
not
school
a very,
for 35-year-olds. Yeah.
there's not a-
Yeah.
When I say slice of life, I mean there's very little plot to this. It's basically
Yes.
a setting, and then there's random things that happen around that setting, but it's
Yeah.
not like an Act 1, Act 2, Act 3 type thing.
Right. Yeah. Fair enough. I'm just saying, like, it's sort of hyper realistic things that happen because it's the kind of place where random fights will break out over nothing, essentially.
Yep.
Because it's kids at a school. Well, okay, let's talk about the very beginning of the movie because there's a dream sequence party.
Oh, right.
Yeah, kid, the titular kid,
Yes.
is dreaming of a slow motion party while credits are happening, and then the roof literally gets blown off the place.
They do blow the roof off of that mother.
Yeah, and so then he wakes up and gets ready and lives in a very weird life because he has an array of microphones, let's say, in front of his mirror when he's getting ready.
I think it's like it almost looked like he was like pretending he was at a press conference or something.
Sure. Strange time to
weird.
apply the hairspray to his high top fade, but
Well, I do like that he slept with some kind of thing on his head to preserve his high top.
well, and
fade.
also to have the fun reveal of like, just look at wacky hair,
In case
Yeah,
you weren't
like-
expecting it. It's not like it's on the poster
Shock.
or anything.
we were all expecting it.
Oh.
That's because
That's what
were
everyone
all
knows
alive
Kid
in
4.
1990.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Just saying.
everyone
Right.
knew Kid
Yes.
because he had that. I still don't know how he
yeah.
did that. Like, I wonder what it was like when it wasn't done up. Like, if it just kind of flopped down and looked like Jerry curls or what.
Well, it wouldn't look like Jerry curls because Jerry curls like you have to add
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
liquid to
but-
make a Jerry curl.
Okay,
but-
like dry Jerry curls or something. I don't
Well,
know.
yeah. I mean, I think dreads are closer to natural state. I'm just saying, whatever.
It
I don't
probably-
know. What,
It was probably just flatter and like swooped back or something.
whatever. I'm sure he didn't go around too often not keeping it primped and ready to go
Yeah.
until later. Because I mean, like Samson, he did cut off his hair and lost all of his.
Oh yeah, all of his
powers.
powers immediately left him.
Right.
And originally
No, left.
this was written for Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff.
I want to see that movie.
Yeah, but you can kind of see like exactly how these parts played directly into that.
Oh, sure.
Sure. Yeah. I suppose so. Yeah.
Where Kid would have been the Fresh Prince and Play would have been DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Or would he have been the Martin Lawrence character as the actual DJ? And there might have just been the one.
They probably
person.
swapped them all around.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
thinking like Martin Lawrence would have been DJ Jazzy Jeff, and there would have just been one. There would have
yeah,
been the riff
one-
there.
One set of
Yes,
Will Smith.
yes.
But we
When
can
he was
also
When there was only one
Oh,
microphone.
and he was twins. Like,
When there was only one turntable, that's when
think
Will
about it.
Smith carried the movie.
Will Smith and Martin Lawrence could have collaborated earlier
Oh,
than
man.
they actually did.
yeah.
Bad Boys colon House Party.
But you wonder, what would we have had House Party 2, 3, 4?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Class act.
well, they weren't in
Starring-
4. They weren't in 4.
Oh.
They passed the torch.
4 was the new generation.
Oh, that's right.
Anyway.
Yeah.
It wasn't a prequel?
I don't
Maybe.
know.
It was an origin.
Was
of
it in
an origin.
space?
Yes.
Usually by
4 is
4 they
always
go to in space.
Yeah,
True.
so House Party in space.
Yeah. So yes, it starts with the dream sequence. Then he gets ready and it essentially just goes to school and is hanging with friends and let's say macking on the ladies because that's a big part of this movie is like, damn, look at her, and then let me go talk to her and try to sex her up.
Yeah, but all in like a really kind of charming way. Like it's never really
in a high school way.
In a
like
high
in
school
a high
way.
school.
kind of, but it's
like
never,
they've all got a high school hustle going
Yes.
on thing.
Yeah, but none of it is ever gross. It's never like
No, it's
debauchery
pretty-
going on. It's
it's
always
pretty
just
earnest.
like, check her out. She's dope and fly, and let's hang out with her.
I love hearing you say that, Chuck.
dope and fly. Let's hang out with her.
I got to be honest, that gives me such joy to
That was
hear you
great.
say that.
That was the best. That was the best.
We're gonna go macking on the ladies.
Oh
Hey,
yeah,
love
just
you, Chuck.
that's
that was
Those
great.
fly honeys.
Yes, but I mean,
That
essentially,
ass.
the plot of the movie is resolved at the lunch table when Play is shows up the first time, sees Tisha Campbell and her friend, I don't know who plays her,
Shireen?
Shireen, yeah, and is like, oh, let me go talk to him because we're having a party tonight. My parents are out of town. Plot of movie right there. Like tonight
Yeah.
is a party, and it's just we
Sydney.
got to invite all the
Sydney
ladies.
and Shireen?
Shireen.
Yeah, Shireen.
Shireen.
Yeah, I think it was Shireen.
Shireen.
Whatever. Anyway,
It's important,
all right.
I guess.
Okay. So he invites them, and then I think Kid is like, "Oh, I'm going to go talk to them now because you failed," and scoots his chair back and begins the conflict with the tough guys of the school, the tough 40-year-olds of the school.
Yeah. Some
Full
just
force.
Big, swole,
Yes.
jacked
Yep.
up
Yes.
one
Stab,
stab.
stab.
Pee-wee,
and
and Zilla.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Stab has some Jerry curl going on.
Yes.
He has sort of a Jerry curl like mullet almost.
Yeah.
Because he's got like Jerry curl up top, and then it's sort of tied in a little ponytail and back.
Yeah, but he also looks like
It's
if
weird.
like Pat Benatar hulked out because he's also kind of
Yeah.
like wearing the tattered remains of her clothes.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
His shirt cannot contain him.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of weird. I'm gonna throw that out there.
Yeah. He's working out. He's got to show off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show off the muscles.
And they're hoods, as is described later. Right.
Yes. Those 3 hoods.
But yeah,
But yes,
they're-
he knocks it into his chair and makes him spill milk all over himself, and then has to do that. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll go get you milk. You want a milk? Okay, I'll buy you all milks. Milk's for my boys here,
A round of milks, please.
and beer
Good
for the
sir.
horses.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he goes over and again begins. He goes to get the milk and then starts, chatting up the ladies and basically convinces them to come to the party. And then backs into them again and starts an actual fight, which is comical. Hold him in the air and punch him, and then slide him down the lunchroom
Well, it's-
table like the
is it
bar.
Zilla is holding Kid in the
Yes.
air,
Yes.
and Stab is punching him in the face.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that happened because Kid got so mad that he grabbed a fistful of Jell-O and threw it at them.
That's correct. But he instead hit the Ronald Reagan picture on
Oh,
the wall.
they called his mama a hoe.
Yes, that's
and
right.
his mama had passed on.
And he was like, "Oh hell no!
I'm going to throw some Jello
So
at you.
take this Jell-O in your face." And they're like, "No." And so it hit Ronald Reagan in the face.
Well, more importantly, it almost hit the lunchroom monitor.
Yes.
Very large man.
Also
and,
jacked. Like working out with Stab and other people.
yeah. And he comes over and they go to the principal's office and of course get in trouble.
Yes.
And
So-
the principal asks him why he called Kid's mom a garden tool.
Yes. And
Ha
that
ha.
basically
Guess what?
causes
She was white.
a double take and should have caused also a record scratch. But
Yeah,
didn't.
it should have. It really should have in this movie.
Yeah.
But anyway, so like the next 20 minutes is he goes home and hangs out with his dad and is basically trying to skirt around him answering the phone or checking the mail because he's going to be reported by the school. So he asks his dad if he can go to the party, convinces him, yes, he can go to the party, though he's disappointed because he'd rented videotapes and he wanted him and his son. This is Robin Curtis's dad. And Harris, not the lady.
Yes. Not.
I don't. This is I'm
Not
broken in my
Savick.
broken in my brain here. And then they were going to watch Dolomite.
Yeah.
So we've now reached a new pinnacle in our movies where
It's
one of
the-
our movies
yeah.
references another one of our movies.
Yeah. It's weird.
So
we have
We have a new award, I think. It's probably not going to be given out very often, but we have a new award. I assume it can only be called the Dolomite. The Dolomite be called that. I don't know.
Yeah. But he's like trying to convince him, why don't you like Dolomite? And then breaks into one of Dolomite's shitty comedy routines.
Hey.
Shitty.
Let's not have this conversation
Whatever,
again.
but still.
Toilet wine.
It's like, why don't you like Dolomite? Come on.
Well, and a lot
You
of
liked
the
it
stuff,
growing up, and he's like, I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff with the dad is basically like get him in a room and just be like, "Hey, you're talking to yourself about this."
Yep.
So there is a ton of just him wandering around rooms, going, "Oh, this fan."
And I'm sure
This fan, I need that
they
fan to
probably
work.
edited a lot more in because didn't you say was it 7 days after it premiered or
Yeah,
After premiere,
Yeah, it was like
Because, yeah.
9 days after it premiered, he passed away.
Yes.
he had a heart attack.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, like you would think maybe they edited more, but if it was done,
it was done.
yeah, it was done.
I think they used every bit of him they had.
Yeah.
They were like, this fills in the gaps where there's not any movie happening.
Right. But yeah, so he agrees to let him go to the party, and then like last second, a letter comes in the mail, and it's weird. I don't know what kind of school gives out a pink slip, but he does. He gets a pink slip in the mail, and it's like, "What is this? Explain this. You're grounded."
I vaguely remember something like that when I was in school, like trying to avoid like getting a phone call or something in the mail of something that had gone wrong.
Yeah,
But-
ours was always the progress reports.
Oh,
Sure.
I
this
always
was
tried
like a
to hide
disciplinary
those.
thing. Like they would just, someone would show up with a thing or a letter. Or the parents have to sign it.
Yeah, my parents would know before I even got home.
Oh,
It sucked.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Sorry.
that's not really a
Every
problem
time.
anymore. You just like get on an email list or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
You know, the
I got
second
home
half.
back
before my
then.
parents, and I got to the answering machine before my parents, and got the mail before my parents.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I had no idea about most of the shit that I did.
yeah.
Sorry, Dad.
So yeah, so he's grounded, and now has to, now let's switch over. The movie switches over to like, hey, what's the struggles with play right now?
Oh, right. Yeah.
And because he's attempting to get Martin Lawrence the DJ his party, and he reluctantly agrees. He goes to pick him up in this shitty little Chevy hatchback piece of shit car with a lady in tow, which it appears that he's made him wait already. Meanwhile, he's gone and picked up this lady, and Martin Lawrence is understandably a little perturbed about having made to wait, and also now there's not enough room for him and his equipment to fit in this little shitbox of a car.
There's a lot of, oh, hell no.
yeah.
Yeah.
What is this shit?
So
Well, and he's talking shit at her.
oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
He's going to fight her.
he's just like, kick her the fuck out the car.
right.
Because it's his giant speakers at which
Yeah, there's
Play has also scratched the hell out
there's
of
an
trying to
extended
shove
scene
him
where
in.
he's like, you just have to know how to scientifically pack the car, and that involves him like putting like the vinyl records down on the bottom and then laying everything on top and just
Yeah.
just scratching the hell
Now
out of
there's
everything.
of course there's no more room for Martin Lawrence, and
Right.
he's furious.
He's like, well, just wait here. I'll drop your stuff off and I'll come back and get you.
Yeah.
Martin Lawrence is like, what in the fuck?
Yeah, we'll just skip ahead and finish this little side storyline because,
Yes.
like, it looks like many hours have passed because he finally comes back and it's completely dark at this point, and he comes back to pick him up, and now like him and the whole car is filled with ladies and different ladies.
Yes,
than
new
the one that
ladies.
was there before,
Yeah,
and
honeys,
He basically he's just like, you're not going to say no to this because look, I'm going to give you first crack at all the ladies here,
Right.
Because,
And they were all wanting to know who the DJ was.
Yes.
So
And this begins the running joke of Martin Lawrence having dragon breath because he gets in to talk to one of the ladies and it's just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Nah, and I like that his response is basically like, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
Yeah. Never once like, oh, maybe I have a problem. Maybe I should take care of it. It's
Perhaps I
always-
should have a cert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. They have vets and
And I also got to say, thank God they didn't even bother trying to make this PG-13 or anything, because everybody is just like, "No, fuck you."
Yeah, pretty much.
But again, it doesn't feel vulgar.
Yeah.
It's weirdly charming in everything that it does, even when they're just telling each other to fuck off, which happens a lot. It's I don't
Yeah.
want to say cute, but it's like it's somehow not.
It all
never
feels good-hearted,
Yeah,
like good-natured. It's
yeah.
I mean, even when the tough guys, the three hoods, are just like, those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like,
Zilla especially, man, he unleashes some good motherfuckers.
it's that weird thing where certain movies, like certain people swearing in them, just sounds awesome.
Yep.
Like Total Recall might be one of my favorite like swearing movies ever, because like
There's a lot of
Ronnie,
swearing
like
in that.
when Ronnie Cox is swearing in that, he's like, he's just relishes every word, and that's like what those hoods are like. Because there's the one the guy with like the baby voice is like, motherfuckers.
Yeah, Pee-wee, the way he says "fucking ass."
That guy gets younger as the movie goes on. His
yeah,
voice
he's weird.
gets younger as the movie goes on, to where he's like a 6-year-old by the end of it. Yeah. But yeah, then there's a
But
party.
yeah, Kid and Play don't really swear at each other now that I think about it. It's like everybody else in the periphery.
Yeah.
At each other, no, not so much. I mean, occasionally here and there to other people, but yeah.
But also, they barely interact in the first like half of this movie.
Yeah.
Because
Well, because that's the rest of this is like kid decides to sneak out.
Yes.
You know, it's time to sneak.
Yep.
And this kind of and then like he gets away from them, or they're like, whatever. There's other things going on. We're gonna leave you, and then almost gets run over by full force the hoodlums of the movie, and in their Jeep, and then like ducks away and gets into this like fancy dinner party where George Clinton is the DJ. Yes, Parliament Funkadelics George Clinton.
yes.
And this is like the first sort of attempt at like he's going to rap, but I don't think he actually really ever gets into it. He's like trying to hype up the crowd, and then
Yeah.
like they break into the party and
Yeah.
cause chaos.
I mean, this is like a very formal looking function.
Yeah.
Like everyone's in tuxedos and stuff.
I don't know why he thinks it's a good idea, but he's just like, oh hey, I'm at this party. I should go talk to the DJ and lay down some rhymes here.
It's weird
This seems
how-
like the place for this.
Fast that plan formulates of just get up to George Clinton, have him give me the mic and some beats, and then I will start talking to the crowd. How quickly the crowd is sort of like, yeah, okay, hands in the air, sweet, you
Right,
know.
yeah.
And then like right before he starts actually rapping, it's just like the guys show up and cause
Yeah.
trouble.
And yeah, they're like, we're gonna kick your ass in front of all these people, and people are kind of like, no. And George Clinton's like, I'll break a record over your head. And I believe,
Well, he
I believe
goes-
Kid goes like gives him a cock punch, doesn't he?
Oh yeah,
Well,
definitely.
yeah. Well,
Straight-
George Clinton goes. Well, George Clinton hits him over the head with a record that smashes, and then stabs like, what the fuck? and George Clinton's just like, yeah, I did it. I might cry 2 tears in a bucket. Fuck it. Let's take it to the stage. And that's when Kid cock punches this
Yes,
guy.
he does.
Yeah.
And then like somehow like gets like he's somehow the crowd gets involved because like one of the old guys
Well-
like gets a punch in the face or gets
Well,
Kid
the
thrown
two-
on him or
like,
something.
the other 2 guys are just like holding the crowd back.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay. And then he tries to jump over them and lands on the one dude.
Right.
But it's one of those like a common thing throughout this movie is they don't quite know how to film comedy, like timing wise.
Right.
At least whoever edited this movie didn't, because it's like Kid kind of jumps and then all of a sudden they're both laying on the ground and he's got the guy's face in the ground.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm sorry. You know, and it's like one of those that like should be a good pratfall moment, but it's just like, all right. So he tackled that dude.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
But
Everyone was learning.
yeah, they run the corner and these cops like magically show up.
yeah.
At all
Let's just go
times
say
because-
the racist ass 2 white cops. I mean, because
Sure.
Oh
they
yeah,
are.
because
Yeah.
it is straight up.
Yeah. And
Bad
they
news.
stop them and like they've got them all cuffed and they're like pointing a gun at them in front of the dinner party guests. Like this is necessary.
Yeah.
And then like
Because
basically
the guests are like, really, officers?
yeah, the dinner party is like, we're not pressing charges. Like, this was just a misunderstanding, and they didn't actually really hit me. It was just a misunderstanding. And they're like,
Yeah.
are you sure? All right, well, and they do
And the
this.
cops holding them at gunpoint.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
that's what I'm saying. It's like
ready to go.
not necessary. And that I don't know. They try to do this thing to shame them. Like, repeat after me, like I am somebody, and that was it. It's like, okay, yes, I feel so much shame, officer. Thank you. But yeah, they end up like letting him go, and Kid's like, oh, I'm free. Bye. And
Well, I appreciate like the whole feeling throughout this movie is that everybody in the movie is like, fuck the cops.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Like even all these well dressed fraternity things or whatever it was, they're like all older people, but they're all kind of like, no, fuck those guys. They're like siding with
Well, even-
Stab
yeah,
and these
even-
dudes. Who,
Yeah, they're calling
Well,
them fascists.
Yeah, even later in the movie,
yeah, but we find
We
out
get to see- yeah.
we find out who someone is in the party that
right, and
comes
they're
up
like,
later.
why didn't you press charges? It's like, well, they did wrong, but not in front of those fucking fascist pigs. not then. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like the cops do at least the smart thing. They make the hoodlums go the opposite way from Kid. But then like proceed to follow them down the street for a while. And like they're just freaking out and like, why are they following us?
well, yeah. Well, the one guy is just ranting about how much he hates Kid.
Yeah.
And he's like talking about how
Oh,
basically,
Jesus.
like, he's like, I couldn't even have sex with that fucker. He's like, I'm about to wax that ass, and then I see his face, and I can't do it. And they're like, dude, what?
Their response is, word?
Yeah. I hear you, but I'm not down with that.
I just love that the both of them are like, oh, we're just gonna let you do your thing, but
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Isn't there?
And then the one guy's just like, well, when I'm fucking, I just like pussy. That's all I think
All I'm
about.
thinking about
Wasn't
is
there?
the
Wasn't there
pussy,
one the line that we were hoping was in the quotes was in this section when they're riding in the car, or was this later? Because like there was something where like, oh god,
Oh,
this has
when
to
the
be-
dad is talking to
Yeah.
the
Oh, okay,
cops.
okay. I'm sorry. I thought he said. I thought.
Yeah.
I can't remember the. There's the two Jack dudes and the baby talking guy, but
Right.
the guy that was in the passenger seat, not the leader, said something that was pretty funny too. Maybe it was just his reaction to like how he was like talking about I can't even have sex
It was his reaction.
without picturing kid in my head. It's
Yeah.
like,
It's like,
oh, what?
I ain't,
No, I'm not going with you.
can't
on
get
that.
you with you on that one, but okay.
But yeah, so like all this has happened, and like kid is all but to the party now, or he's walking down the street now, free from all of this, and like that's when Play and Martin Lawrence go right down the street with all the ladies, and it's like, was that kid? He's like, I don't know. There's no room for him anyway. Later. Another example of the like nobody actually really cares about their friends or likes them in this movie, but
Yeah,
still kind of jokingly.
That's what's so weird, that it's so good natured, but you get the feeling nobody likes being around anybody else in this movie.
Yeah.
At all.
It's weird.
I feel like maybe Play is the central point of problem here. Because if you think about it, like everyone else seems to kind of get along, except, well, no, actually the two girls don't seem to really like each other
Yeah.
either.
No one likes each other. Anyone
I
who's
don't
paired
know.
up with anybody, just like I don't
It's
know.
like everybody's sick of each other.
Yeah.
I don't know. Play. I'm just saying, Play comes off as like the kind of the biggest dick because like he's the one that's like, oh yeah, I totally want you to do this. Ah, fuck you. Like he's just change of heart like many
Yeah.
times.
I mean, I don't even know why he's throwing the party. He doesn't like anybody
Right.
there. Everyone there is just fucking up his house.
Yeah. Has he never thrown a party before?
Yeah,
Doesn't
it's
he
like,
know
what did
that's
you
how
think
this
Well, it
works?
sounds like he does this all the time because he's like, you know, it sounds like his parents work at night and he's done this multiple times.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyway, so
But
like,
either way-
now basically like it's get to the party. Like
Yep.
most of the movie, all the rest of the movie is like it's party time essentially.
Pretty much. And it,
There's a couple shenanigans like sort of after the party's over, but yeah.
for the most part, yeah, it's time to be at the party. And the party, again, in tune with this movie, is sort of good natured. It's not, you know, it's not
going
like
off. It's not Project X. you
No,
know,
it's not a Revenge of the Nerds party.
I think
or
it's
anything.
to me, it's super interesting that there's only one person drinking at the party, basically.
Yeah. And they
There's
all treat him like a piece of shit.
Yeah, and there's one guy that might have passed out, but it's like never really made clear. There's one guy who walks in yawning.
Yeah, I
don't
think
know if
that's the guy that was.
same
I think that was the guy that was asleep, and it was just
Yeah.
that he went in tired.
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
his whole thing.
But there's one guy who's drinking, and then like when Kid meets up with him, he's like, "Here, have some of this." He's like, "Dude, no, I don't."
He's just
really...
drinking a can of Old English.
Yeah. He's like,
Yeah.
this will make you dick hard.
He's like, I don't, not right
It
now.
actually
In front
kind
of you.
works the opposite.
Not a,
Yeah.
a sip of Old English is not. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting that they're all there like just to dance,
Yeah.
basically listen to music and dance together and hit on each other, basically.
Yeah. Hook up.
Yeah.
But it's not like it's not one of those things where people are constantly going upstairs and fucking or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, that it's kind of implied that that's going to happen, but it doesn't.
Yeah, it's such a weird thing because like you wouldn't have a dance like the sprinklers would be on and people would be grinding and throwing clothes off and chugging bottles of booze and
Yeah.
it's just such a good-natured party.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
And like, there's no like, someone asks where the snacks are, and and plays like, you know,
no, they're gone.
we had some a little while ago. Why don't you
All the
walk your
guys
ass down
ate
to the store and get whatever you want?
Tells her-
There's a
wanna
store
get it?
down there. You can get whatever you want.
Yeah.
He's like, this isn't
See ya.
a soup kitchen.
But like there's no punch, there's no drinks, there's no nothing going on. It is strictly play music and dance and occasionally have a conversation, and that's it.
and they get to a dance off.
Yeah.
The ladies have a dance off with Kid and Play, in which they do the Kid and Play dance.
Mm-hmm. Which you know what that is.
Yeah. It's a tie, I think.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's just I mean, it's just, you know, Martin Lawrence is DJing, and you know, Daryl Mitchell from Galaxy Quest
Yep.
keeps bumping into the table, and they have
That's
a little
chill.
rivalry going on. It's you know, Martin Lawrence will just shout out things on the mic every once in a while.
Well, they're doing like a weird like musical chairs dance there
Yeah.
where you have to just keep having switch partners. So,
Yeah.
but like this is like another weird thing that keeps happening. I know we're kind of trying to blow through the party part, but like there's a weird thing where like it's pretty obvious like Kid either wants Tisha Campbell or her friend. Why do I keep forgetting her name?
They're her friend.
Yeah,
It's Shireen and Sydney.
Shireen. Yeah,
Yeah.
But like, so like, there's just like he's not good at hiding his disdain for like having to talk to or dance or interact with any other lady at this function because like there's a point where like he gets stuck with this girl while they're doing the switch, the musical chairs dancing. And he's just like yelling at Martin Lawrence like, "Yeah, switch, come on!" Like, and the girl's just like looking at him like, "Really?
Yeah,
like, I'm right here. I have eyes and ears, and I can see that you don't want to be here."
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
well,
common
and and there's one group of girls that Martin Lawrence says they're homely because they need to go home and get more beauty sleep.
Yes.
And I think that's one of those girls is the one that that Kid ends up dancing with at some point.
Yeah.
Probably.
But yeah, he's just playing the law of averages, hitting on both girls, seeing what happens. And of course,
And they're both
the one
kinda-
girl does not take that well.
They're both like kind of like more into him. I mean, they're both kind of like, yeah, Play's kind of cute and all, but man, that kid. And then she's like, I know, right? You're so in love with him, and you're like, no way, you're so in love with him. That whole thing. And
It's really weird their like intentions and like who they like throughout the movie, and you know, it's like, well, I like Kid, and then like Kid will try to talk to Tisha Campbell, and she's like, I don't want any part of talking to you, and then she gets mad later because Kid's talking to the other one, and it's like, what the.
Yeah, and meanwhile, John Witherspoon is the neighbor next door to the party who keeps opening the door, and he's like, "What are you playing in there? Is that public enemy? Public enema?
Public enema.
We gotta shut down that public enema."
Yeah.
And then he tries calling the cops, and then the cops put him on hold.
Yeah.
And then when they come back, he tells them to fuck off.
Yeah, it's like, don't curse at me, I cursed at you.
Yeah, he's like, "Fuck you too." To 911. Yeah.
Look at the skirt on that girl.
Also, at the same time, Kid's dad has realized he left and has left the house to come track him down. He's like, I'm going to find him, I'm going to teach him a lesson. And that's when the cops
Of course.
stop him. And they're like, you look suspicious. He's like, goddamn right I look suspicious. I'm a black man in a black neighborhood.
This is an amazing scene.
Yeah.
Because he gives
And-
zero, like beyond zero fucks. Like
Man,
negative
he
number
does
of fucks.
everything you wish you could do to a cop every day of your life.
Well,
He's like a singularity of fucks. He's actually like consumed them all and just destroyed them.
Yeah.
everything you wish you
He
could do
gives
to a
so
racist piece of shit
little
cop. How about that?
Yes.
Okay.
Because they're basically like, well, you know, we've had reports there's a disturbance. We don't know if you're coming from that. He's like, fuck you. Do I look like I'm coming from a fucking party? And they're like, well, sir, get your hands up. We have to, you know, because he's about to like, he kind of adjusts his pockets, and that's when they draw guns on him. He's like, really? You're going to fucking do this right now?
Yeah. Yeah, and they kind of tell him to, you know, to go home and behave. And he's like, fuck you. As they drive away.
Yeah, well, they tell him to go home, and he's like, you know what? I'm from a small town called Fresh Off a Cop's Ass. You're making me homesick.
Oh, that's so good.
They just,
He has so many good lines in
Yes.
that scene. They're,
it's like apparently most of his dialogue was improvised too. So chances are this was like all the shit he always wanted to say
Sure.
to a cop at some point.
Worked out well.
Yeah, but God, he just dresses them down. And the best part is they're just like, no, man. You know, eventually
Yeah.
they're almost like practically apologizing to him while still like, no, we're the cops. We're in charge here.
Well, like
And he's
they're driving away,
"Fuck
like the
you."
very last thing, they're like, you know, like, well, just go home. And he's like, fuck you.
They're like, well, okay, sir.
He's like, I don't feel like going home.
It's just, I just wanted to give that man a standing ovation after that scene because he's just,
so good.
God, he just tears into those cops.
Yep.
Yep.
But yeah, eventually, I mean,
And there's
I
more
don't know.
party. They kind of have a rap battle at one
Yep.
point.
They have a little dance battle, too.
Yeah. Well,
Well, it's not even a dance battle. It's more like a, I don't know, it's a cooperative dance battle. It's really more boys versus girls.
yeah, but then like suddenly the whole party just decides it's over, and then they all start dancing.
Yep.
But the rap battle is weird because like it really shows that the characters Kid and Play for some reason don't like each other for reasons I do not understand. But they're like,
well, yeah, it's almost like they're so hyper competitive.
yeah, but it's
Because-
like, aren't you guys supposed to be like super duper friends? You know, it's
Yeah, that was the implication. In that's what seemed to be indicated by the whole everything earlier than that.
Yeah.
But like he was Kid was ticked because he forgot his rhymes. Like
Yes.
he had written out all this stuff on paper. And
He
then
lost them during
in the
the
process
chase.
of getting chased,
Yeah.
and he lost them. But he was also mad that there was only one microphone there,
Right.
and Martin Lawrence is like, "Hey man, it's Play's house. He's throwing the party. He gets to do that."
Yeah.
But yeah, they basically have a rap battle,
Which just kind of ends like, all right, well, we've both served each other, so I guess
Yeah.
we're friends again. Let's dance.
Yeah.
well, it kind of
like
ends
the
with
dance
Martin.
battle. Like they served each other and
Yeah, and Martin Lawrence just going, "Oh, I could do better than both of you," and then everyone has a hearty laugh. And- yeah, no. But eventually, Kid
He should have record scratched himself.
Yeah, I should have.
That would be the ultimate.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kid's trying to hit on Tisha Campbell, and eventually she's like, "No, I don't want anything to do with you because you talked to her 1st So then she comes over, and he's like, "All right, I'm going to talk to her now."
Yeah.
And then they decide to go upstairs, and that's when his dad shows up at the party.
Right.
Who then dresses down everyone at the party.
Oh God, everybody he meets.
Yeah. Just every single, just like, man, the one Jerry Curl kid. He's just like, I knew you were here. I followed the drips.
He's like,
you can never commit a crime. Because all they have to do is just follow the drips to find you.
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, he dresses down Martin Lawrence. Martin Lawrence is like, no, sir.
Yeah. I mean, all this just serves as like he gets his jabs in and then like leaves, and then basically that's an excuse for like Kid was upstairs with the other girl. And then
Right.
I'm gonna stop. Just Tisha Campbell goes
Not
up there.
Tisha Campbell.
Yeah, she goes upstairs and is like, "Oh, you're almost hugging. I'm jealous now. Goodbye."
Yeah. Even though she's been guarding the upstairs for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what are they doing up there? And then when she goes up there, she's like, oh, how dare you touch each other?
And then, God, I don't know what happens because like
that's when they leave. Like,
The party starts thinning out. Like, Kid leaves.
yeah. Well, the weird thing is, like, Play takes time out to take the one drunk guy,
Yeah.
back to his parents' house.
Oh, they don't want
Right.
that shit in their party.
Yeah.
right, like he
Fucking
leaves to do
drunk
that,
asshole.
and then like
And it's among the realistic things of they
Yeah.
friggin' leave him on the doorstep,
right.
and ring the doorbell and run away.
And then Kid decides to walk
I think
the two
everyone
girls
I
home,
know has done
right?
that to somebody.
Do
Kid,
what?
Kid decides to like walk the two girls home because they've kind of been trying to leave for a while now, and they keep people like, no, we got to dance, one
Yeah.
more dance, keep dancing.
Yeah.
And so like he's walking them home, and they take it first to the friend's house, and they go inside and argue about like, well, you were all up on him, and
Yeah.
she's like, well, yeah, but I made a date for Play too. I figure one might be grounded, the other one will be available. I'll take her out whichever one gets there first. And she's like, I'm leaving it now. I'm storming out.
Yeah.
And so finally, like, Kid decides to calm her down, and like they have an actual talk where it's not just like let's dance, you're sexy, let's dance. It's like they actually talk about themselves, and then like by the end of the walk, they're in love. 'Cause,
Oh,
like, he's
Kid
like-
has turned it around real quick.
yeah.
He's like, tell me about your parents. And then, like, from there, it's just like, woo, ooh.
Yeah,
Oh,
and,
you're a real person.
Yeah.
I never would have guessed.
and they end up back at her house, and like they go upstairs, and they're like kissing and about to have sex, and then until they realize they have no form of birth control, so like it's off. And then like about that time, the parents come home,
Yeah.
and they're parents that were at the party earlier.
Yes.
So
The one that got hit in the face.
right, so that's where we find out like they hate the cops kind of too, and everything, and
He has a line, which is basically, he says to his wife, I hate being sucker punched. You've tried it a couple times. The first part of that line was like, why would she know that? But then, yeah.
Obviously.
but then it's the whole comical like sneak out the back door
Right.
and all this, and I'll pretend like I was sleeping,
And the dog starts barking at him, and it's this little Yorkie or something.
Yeah.
And
So-
he puts it in the grill.
yeah, he picks up the dog and puts it inside like the little Weber grill.
Yeah. It's like, the dog stopped barking. Okay, then.
I was a little disappointed that the parent stuff never paid off in any way, as far as like, yeah, this kid tackled me, and now he almost had sex with my daughter.
It seemed ripe for that kind of like, zany miscommunication,
Stay tuned for House
You-
Party 2.
yeah. So, but yeah, that just
he gets
doesn't
Yeah,
away.
work.
it's
He
one of
gets
those weird things that just never pays off, even though clearly it was set up to pay off for something.
away. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So he gets away, and she's still their precious little angel who stayed home all night,
Right.
as far as they know.
Yes.
And then he basically gets away. Like, kid gets home, and let's just cover his little side story. Basically, like, ends the party because people have like broken his shitter upstairs.
Yeah.
Like there's not
Clay
many,
is
there's
not
not
happy
there's not
about any of
many
this.
people left, but like he gets back and he's just like, I can't believe you're breaking my shit. After I throw these parties for you, get out,
Yep.
get out. I hate you. I hate you. I hate all of you. Get out.
He just comes down and just starts throwing jackets at people. Just
He's like,
get out.
get out. Get
Yours,
out.
yours.
It's done.
And some guy tries to talk to him, and he just throws his jacket right in his face.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, oh, I'm sorry. What? Get out.
Now, kid's story continues because now I don't know why he's still kind of like walking the earth here. He's like,
Well, he's
dropped
just
her-
walking home.
Yeah, he's walking home, but it's like he's out and walking for a while, and then like this bizarre ass shit happens because like there's two guys stealing shit that just go terracing down the street and almost knock him over,
Yeah.
and then with a dog chasing him.
Yes.
And about that time, also the hoods have decided to show back up and are about to attack him.
Yeah.
Because the hoods got to the party.
Yeah,
and
they
wanted
tried to get in
in.
the party.
Yes,
They
that's
didn't
right.
get in. They got kicked out.
Yeah.
Like, everyone talks shit to them and
Oh,
then
right.
slams the door.
Well-
and they decide their solution
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
is they're going to light the house on fire.
Well, it escalates because like
Yes.
first it's like they're reaching in the back of the Jeep and they're like, are you just going to take this? We're just going to take that from him. And he hands him a baseball. And he's like, oh yeah, that's more like it. And then here's a pipe. And they're like, yeah, here we go. We're going to go kick their ass. And he's like, gas can. And they're like, what? Like, thankfully, at least like realistically, the other people too are like, what?
You're really going to set them on fire?
Put that trident away.
Yeah. But, Kid never does himself any favors in this movie because, like, whenever they successfully get the punks away, he always pops back out to say one more really evil thing to them.
He's that guy on Twitter, man. Like,
You gotta get the last word.
You won. And he's
Yeah.
like, no, reply. Reply. Reply.
And so they just
It's like, just
seethe.
fucking leave it. Put the star on
Yeah.
it and go, man. You're
Yeah.
done.
They might. One of them might go, okay, it's over. But man, you pop back out and go, yeah, and fuck you. And it's like, oh shit, now you got to
Yep.
set his house on fire, man.
Yeah, because they're pouring gasoline on the house when the cops show back up. Meanwhile, inside they're doing the roof. The roof is on fire.
Yeah.
So I was like, is this really going to go there? Is this going to come together?
Burn down
The
the
roof is
house.
literally going to be on fire. But no, the cops show up and bust them before they light the match or whatever.
Yeah, and decide that they're going to take them down to the docks
Yes.
Yeah, and just beat the
and
piss out
beat
of
the
him.
shit out of them because nobody will hear it.
Right.
And they don't want to do paperwork.
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Anyway, so I guess they survived the ass beating, and they're just riding down the street crying about it too. Like they're just like, "Oh, my back and my ribs, and
Yeah.
oh, we got the shit kicked out of us." I guess, and yeah, but yes, they run back into Kid, and this whole weird Keystone Cops bullshit of the guys stealing they've got a old tube TV. TVs used to be heavy.
Yeah.
Like a shopping cart, like a
hair
hair dryer
from
from
a
like a salon. Yeah.
He's wearing it.
Yeah. And it's just like, what the fuck is going on here? And I don't know. Like, Kid ends up nuking the fridge. He hides in an old style fridge that's just hiding, sitting on the street.
He hides in the fridge, and then the robbers run by, and the dog that's chasing them runs by, and the dog runs up to the fridge door, bats it
Right.
closed, and then keeps pursuing the
Right.
the robbers. And that's when the punks come up to the fridge, and they're just like, "So, how you gonna wrap your way out of the fridge, huh?" Ha So,
Yeah.
And they,
But really,
they
it really
rap for a little bit.
yeah, they get a couple seconds because it's like, I guess they are another rap group, and they don't really ever get to show that in this movie.
no.
But yeah, basically, before they're about to fight, I guess they're going to let him out of the fridge and beat his ass again. The cops show up again.
Yes.
And
This
this
time-
just thankfully actually arrest them. Like, take them
Yes.
to jail. They're all in jail, and sad harmonica begins and everything like that. It's like they're in jail.
And that's where the couple BMFcast alums from
Yes.
Agent 00 Soul show up. And
Fats and that enormous
And Junior.
man.
Yeah.
Junior, yeah.
James Brown the Fourth.
Right.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so he gets this one phone call and decides to call Play, and is like, "You got to bail me out. Get everybody together and get some money and get down here and
Yeah.
bail me out because if my dad finds out, I'll be in even more trouble."
and Play's like, everyone left the party, so I
Yeah.
can't ask shit.
It's just me
He's
and
like,
Martin
well,
Lawrence.
yeah.
Yeah. So he rounds up Martin Lawrence, and they go get the two girls, and I guess they scrounge together enough money that they're going to go bail him out. Meanwhile, basically things have escalated at the prison because after he gets off the phone, they're just like, you're the sweet meat at your school," and
Yeah, this gets super weird.
then they just they start listing
well,
their crimes of why
yeah.
they're in prison.
And I got to tell you, I immediately wanted to see the movie featuring all these guys. because they're just like the one guy's like all grizzled and got like a big eye patch, and
He's like, I
the
cut
other
out
dude's
a
got
man's
the main one talking. Yeah, he said he carved out a man's heart. The
Yep.
other one's got a big scar down his face, and
He's like, I beat a cop with his own club, and then I didn't flee the scene.
Yeah.
And the last one's like, I ran a daycare.
Yeah, it's like,
what? Okay.
they were an amazing group of dudes,
Yeah.
and I was like, I want more of these guys right now.
But basically, Kid he does a rapping routine to prevent a raping routine.
Yeah, Mumbles basically tells him. Yeah, but Dave tells you,
It's important in the spelling, everyone.
jokes?
yeah.
And he's like, not really. He's like, well, you better keep them occupied, or bad things gonna happen to your asshole.
Yeah. And what follows is it's a really kind of strangely homophobic rap about please don't rape me.
'Cause
and
I'm
here's
not
why.
gay.
Yeah. I understand the time, I do, but just the lyrics are just really awkward. Especially that someone laid them down and made it a musical number.
But then he gets bailed in the middle of it. So they open the door, let him out, and of course, because he's Kid, he has to hit that reply button, and he's like, yeah. So the final line is, so yeah, suck my dick.
Yeah. Right.
And all the guys in jail are like, fuck you, man.
Yeah. Kid.
The
Yeah.
Kid's in rare form that night.
So yeah, but he gets bailed out, and then it's basically wrap up time, where it's, all right, well,
They went to Burger King.
yeah, they went to Burger King, and I guess
You were very concerned about that, Chuck.
They made a very
Well, okay.
They promised
Look,
the girls
The girl
when they went
that
to go
was-
get them.
The girl that was in like the slum ghetto part, like the one
she was in
friend.
the straight up
Yeah,
projects.
she was in the projects and had 14 people living in her place. That was the only way he really got her to come downstairs. He was like, "We're going to go bail him out, and the party's not really over. We're going to go to Burger King and hang out for a while." She's like, "All right, I'll be right down."
Which it doesn't make any sense why they were tried so hard to get the girl from the projects to come help them, because what they needed were people with a lot of money to bail Kid out of jail.
But apparently she had enough money
I don't.
and some left over to go to Burger King.
I don't know. They were tried super hard to
I
get
think
her
it's
to
because
come.
they went and got Tisha Campbell and her parents,
own like grocery stores.
yeah.
Sure, maybe.
She's
it just-
probably had most of the bail money.
And they didn't have to ask her at all. They just roll up to her
Oh,
house
yeah.
and she comes running out. So
She probably had her own line. She was probably
Yeah.
that girl. You
Yeah.
know, like they could call the line in just her
yeah,
room.
yeah.
You know, like
so yeah, but it's basically
For her
wrapping up.
modem.
yeah.
They drop off the ladies.
her fax machine.
Yes, they fax.
I'm creating a fax story here, but leave me alone. Yeah. So anyway, they hang out. They go to Burger King, and then it's kind of like night's over. Kid or a play tries to hit on the girl as they're dropping her off. So he's like, "Yeah, no, bye."
Nah.
And of course, he plays it off like, "Yeah, got any lipstick on me? Ha 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 ha."
Martin Lawrence is like, no, you don't, you
And then-
sucker.
Kid gets out of the car and makes out with Tisha Campbell for like a minute straight.
Kind of like licks her face,
Yeah.
and then it's like, oh wait, no, that goes in your mouth. Sorry. Well, that's what happens.
Right.
Where does this tongue go?
Oh right.
Here,
Wait,
help
how did
me.
I not make, I'm sorry, I just realized, how did I not make the joke when they didn't have birth control that he didn't want to put a kid in her?
Yeah.
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 Anyway.
Because for a little while you weren't a horrible person,
Oh, what happened?
but then the horrible person in you came out.
I know. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
They didn't want to go into
Be
the next
true
year of
to
high
their
school
own
with a kid in play.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Bastards.
King of the podcast right here.
Anyway.
Yeah. So that's about it. Kid gets home, tries to sneak into bed,
Yep.
gets in his underwear, and then you hear the voice. His
Yeah.
dad goes, "Don't go nowhere just yet."
Yeah, he's like he's about to cover himself up. He's like, "Oh no, I don't think you need that just yet."
Yeah.
And then it's
Yeah.
like faded,
Snaps the belt.
faded
Yeah.
black,
I'm
and
gonna beat
we
your ass.
we basically get credits over him getting his ass whipped.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's an interesting way to close out the movie. Also, let's not actually show it. So, I don't know.
Theater of the mind.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, half the credit sequence is just him getting his ass beat.
Yeah.
And him making sounds like, his dad's just saying, oh, you.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
So the lighthearted early '90s, rap music makes it play off like it's not as bad as it could possibly be. But
yeah, it's a jovial beating.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Drop the beat,
He's just
DJ.
swatting him with a belt.
Yeah. And then we do have a quick House Party Cinematic Universe interlude in the credits.
Oh, right.
Where
Man.
where the racist cops come out again, and they're talking about one of them's grandmother. I don't know. It's just a stupid filler conversation. And then the dream sequence roof from the beginning of the movie falls on them and kills them.
Yeah.
The wicked cops
Setting
of
up
the
the
East.
sequel.
You can't explain that.
The cops are out for revenge.
And then their feet curl up, and
Yes.
you see the socks and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Just all right. That's the way it ends.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yep. Otis money.
So did we give it a star, Grove? There's a song in it called House Party.
I don't remember the lyrics to that
Yeah,
song, so you guys...
I'm gonna have to deny it.
gonna be
It does
I
get
don't
the special
think so.
mention for the original Dolomite.
So it
but
gets the Dolomite.
it gets a
Yeah.
Dolomite award,
Yeah.
but yeah, I can't go star.
Because we didn't mention the dad is actually watching Dolomite later.
He is
Like
Yes.
Yeah, you do hear the
yes,
He was
Word
quoting it
you
at one
see.
point.
I think that has to be the
yes.
the
It can't just be
qualification for
Yes.
for the award.
a
is it?
scene has to be seen or heard in
Right.
the movie
Right.
from another movie.
Yep.
So
Does it have to be credited? I don't remember if Dolomite was
I
credited.
no, they stole. it.
Okay. Yeah. Stolemite.
Yeah.
King of the podcast.
Let's rate this damn
Okay.
thing, please.
Let's do that.
I can go. I haven't gone first in a while, I guess.
Sure. Whatever.
All right.
I'd say this movie makes House Party look like House Party 2 Jocks. This movie's surprisingly kind of like fun and watchable. There's like a weird
Oh yeah. 'Cause
joviality to it, as we've said. I mean, it's like, but like it's also really awkward, and you have people that are non-actors acting, and that's always feels kind of weird. But there's just something like, much in the same vein as like Friday later. There's just something like there's kind of like horrible implications of things that might happen, but they never come to pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it never gets real. Like there's the one scene in Friday where it's like suddenly it's like boom, you're in a drama where it's like, you know, he gets confronted about having the gun and all that, and he gets in his face, and it's like it's for like 30 seconds it stops being a comedy. You know, where it's like we're gonna like seriously like this is not the way. But like this movie never really has that kind of break.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like it has that tone of like there are possibly bad things happening in the background or off screen or maybe less than stellar behavior by people, but it's just fun and watchable because it's
Yeah.
just so kind of, I don't know, just what's the right word? Just glitzed up for the early 90s. It's like, you know,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't
It's
know.
that time capsule thing.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, if it weren't for like the fact that it's a vehicle for people who are rappers and had a short-lived acting career, I would almost like venture to say maybe this isn't even our wheelhouse. Like this might almost not even be a bad movie, but I think it's that like,
Yeah.
I think it's because it's like that you can almost just be like, oh, it's like Cool as Ice. It's a fucking rap starring thing. You know, if I say it's an early Ice-T movie, it's like, well, you know, Ice-T now has a more storied acting career.
Right.
You know, but they don't have that, like, they never made it as actors, really.
yeah.
Despite, 4 movies that
Yeah.
were in theaters. But
Kept
I mean,
trying.
beyond that, yeah. If that makes sense. It's just, I think it has that bad reputation just because it's like, oh, that. But it's almost kind of not a bad movie.
It's kind of a real movie. I mean, it's
like
almost too soon for our wheelhouse. It's like enough time hasn't passed for it to be super ironic.
Right.
Right. And it doesn't like it has all the ingredients of something that should be a bad movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a
It stars non-actors.
It stars non-actors. It's
about
a kind
nothing.
of weird. It's about nothing. It's a weird
Yeah.
slice of life.
Exactly. It's
It's
almost
got
like
a lot of that
pointless
guys.
is like,
a lot of
well,
character actors.
Nothing's as pointless as Monkey House. So that was just like, here's a
Right.
slice of life with no real point to it whatsoever.
Low budget. Except for that sweet roof animation.
pretty good.
You know, heavily tinged with racism.
Yeah.
But at least in this case, it's more like social commentary racism as opposed to just flat out.
Yeah.
you
Well,
know,
and I like,
racism.
I mean, besides the obvious like visual comeuppance they get at the end of the movie, which is kind of silly. I mean, I love the fact that Robin Harris just fucking rips them a new one.
Yeah.
I mean, then that's what kind of almost makes it all fine. Like it's all right because it's like, you know, here's a guy who's just not going to take their shit eventually.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and rate it right now.
Okay.
2 jocks. And for those reasons, it's better than I expected it would be. It's not stellar by any stretch of the imagination, and it doesn't really do anything except for just follow this knight. but it's kind of funny. Like the jokes hit in the right places. There's nothing super awkward about it. It doesn't waste a whole lot of time. It's fine.
Okay.
I can say it's fine.
It's fine.
If I wasn't watching this for the podcast, I would say I internet hate it because it's it's okay. It's just not great.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
that's it.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Who's next?
Yeah, I'll go one jocks. I mean, it's not. It's good natured. It's interesting to see. Like, you can tell who has talent and who doesn't. And like Martin Lawrence really doesn't get a lot to sell throughout this movie, but whenever he does a good job of selling it, which is more than I can say like for kid or play, for that matter. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, it's like when they just let people go nuts and just riff on stuff, that seems to be the funniest things in the movie. It's weird that it feels almost like, the whole Judd Apatow, just point a camera at him and let him say funny stuff and we'll just keep the funniest takes type thing. But it feels like a way earlier example of that. Yeah. And I kind of like that about it. And yeah, and I like that it's good natured. It feels like, yeah, sure, there's bad stuff, but that's not going to happen, which is kind of like the quintessential teenage experience. Is it's like, yeah, if you don't buckle up, you're going to die in a car wreck, but it's like, nah, I'm never getting in a car wreck, so who cares? It's like that kind of whole attitude permeates the entire movie, which I like, but the comedic timing is not good for a lot of that. A lot of it comes more from just, letting people do funny riffs more than, all right, here's setup, punchline, go type stuff. So that's why I can only go one jocks.
Well, I'll counterbalance that and bring us back to the average. I'll give it 3 jocks.
You're allowed.
Thanks. This movie is enjoyable. I had also never seen it before. Had no idea what to expect, but had just an idea in my head that it was going to be just raucous and crazy and just it's a house party. Who knows what's going to happen? Shenanigans. And while it's not that, I'm not disappointed by that. I'm almost sort of pleased by that because
the worst
there's
thing
so
that happens
many.
is a broken toilet at his house.
A broken toilet and one guy gets drunk and they're super pissed at that guy. They're like, get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah, like our ratio of a good party was, well, not too many CDs got stolen.
Yeah.
That was like, well, okay, yeah, it was a good party then. Yeah.
How much furniture got broken?
Yeah.
A couple chairs, a lamp, bookcase. Again, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to do another new carpet, but
I mean, it's just the weird universe this movie takes place in, where everything is hey, guys, everything's pretty much going to be okay. I mean, there's no super real consequence to anything, but no one is so mean spirited about anything that it comes across as like mean or nasty or anything. It's pleasant throughout. It's strange. The only thing, like I said, that really rubbed me the wrong way was the whole like jail sequence where it's just, and that's just a product of the time. It's not, you can't really, like if it came out now, oh God, there would be think pieces all over the place, but
of course,
but at the time it's like, okay, well, yeah, I guess you would rap about not wanting to get raped in prison. Fine, whatever. We got to get another song in there somehow. So yeah, it's an enjoyable movie. It has a couple dull patches in it, but that was fine. And I usually don't like Martin Lawrence in a lot of things. He was one of the best things in this movie. So I enjoyed it.
All right.
I'm glad Kid and Play Pro has finally kicked into gear.
Oh, man. Time has come. All right, well, shall we take a break?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. We'll be back. Break. I mean, we'll still gotta be. He's gonna eat more Snickers.
Oh, I'm gonna lovingly eat this Snickers.
A little Snicker snack.
Put it in your mouth.
Oh,
You guys in the live stream are getting to watch Mackie eat a Snickers bar.
That's your treat.
God, I love how it just gives in that little bit when you put your mouth on it.
Well, goodbye forever.
I'm gonna go right.
It's so supple. That supple bit of chocolate.
Oh yeah.
Get a mouthful of nougat right after that.
Yeah. Some new.
Oh, so good.
Get it in there.
So Chuck,
Yes.
How
Sir.
do you like the taste of those nuts?
what? There's nougat.
Those nuts.
Oh, I love these nuts in my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Snickers.
It's Snickers. There's
There's
nuts.
nuts in Snickers, you...
It's not a Three Musketeers, you fucking plebeian.
Yeah. God's sake. It's not a goddamn Milky Way. Milky Way is Snickers without the nuts.
Right.
There's no nuts in there. There's peanuts. Those are lagoons.
Oh, fuck you and your lagoons.
Well, actually...
Lagoons! It ain't a fucking body of
Are you well actuallying me about a goddamn Snickers? Are you fucking serious right now?
Yeah, it does. Yep.
A peanut is neither a pea nor...
Have you people eaten a Snickers?
The fuck?
I don't... It's like I don't even know you.
There's not to say there's no nuts in it.
It's like Snickers has everything in it,
Yeah.
and then you take out the nuts or the legumes,
And this idiot
and it's a
saying there's
Milky
no
Way.
caramel in it.
No, in a Milky Way.
Yes, there's
Milky Way
caramel
has
in a Milky
caramel.
Way. There's no caramel in a Three
Milky Way is a
Musketeers.
straight up Snickers without the lagoons in it.
Lagoons. Legoomies.
Snickers is a candy bar for peasants anyway.
Oh, fine, then give me yours. I'll take it. I'll take your peasant bar.
Good.
Do you know how many people that have nut allergies can eat a Snickers? Most of them, because there's no nuts in it.
Except people who are allergic to the pea variety.
Oh, well, those people are just weaklings.
And we did get
need
almond
to be
Snickers.
exterminated.
Almond Snickers are pretty good.
No, almond Snickers are horse shit.
Fuck almonds. Fuck right off
Yeah.
that shit.
Fuck almonds.
Fucking almond.
To hell with almonds.
It's not like I said it was cashew
Down with
Snickers.
almonds. No,
Really?
Cashews are good.
Oh, cashews are the shit, man.
No, so you'd eat cashew Snickers.
Oh, yeah.
Cashews
yeah.
are fucking awesome.
I do fucking pistachio
Almonds
Snickers.
taste
Almonds
like-
could fuck right off.
I don't even know why I'm friends with you people.
Neither do we.
God. Mike.
Snickers eating piece of shit.
May contain
My
tree nuts, you guys.
What? May.
May.
3 or 4.
How many nuts are in the Snickers?
Tree nuts. 1,
I know we should have got less than 4 nuts in it.
2.
Trees nuts.
Tree right here. Tree nuts.
So,
This episode brought to you by Snickers, which
I
may
know
or
what
may not
you and
contain
I are
nuts.
talking about. You got any other movies?
Yes.
I know you got some, don't you?
5 movies.
What? God
Chuck,
damn
That
it,
I will
Chuck.
talk about as all of one movie.
All right.
Calm
How
down,
about you, buddy?
pieces of shit.
Nope.
Nope.
Tree nuts.
Hey, Scott, too. We did Kid and Play Parole. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah.
Huh?
Am I right?
You like it?
Kid and Play Parole. Am I right? Ha!
God damn it. Ha!
So is this our thing now? Like, we did record this all. Wow. It was all Waluigi stuff.
Luigi
Yeah.
number 1.
Ha!
Ah.
Da.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, just stuff it all in there. Get them tree nuts in your face.
Oh.
Truts.
My God.
Please play it. Please play it.
What's happening? Say it. What's happening? Are you about to get us flagged?
No, it doesn't actually say it, you son of a bitch. Don't flag your videos that if it ain't going to say it.
Right.
Oh. I am so satisfied by this goddamn Snickers.
Are you? Good.
See,
Yes.
I love Butterfinger. I hate how it gets stuck in my teeth. That's my lone complaint about Butterfinger.
What do you think about Chico Stick?
It's like Butterfinger without the chocolate.
Yeah.
So you get all of the tooth stuck
Right.
and none of the chocolate. So no.
Play. Kid and Play. Kid and Play.
Mine, mine, mine! I'm ruined! Ah, Luigi number 1! Yeah!
There it is.
Wonderful! Huh? Luigi, winner!
See, this is why you play him in Mario Party 8.
He's such an asshole.
It's like trolling everyone every time you pick him. As soon as you see someone pick him, they're like, you motherfucker. I was going to pick him. Luigi number 1.
God, he's such a dick. Oh, he's my favorite.
Yep. Sorry, wrong podcast. Back to movies.
Yeah. All right.
Ready?
Yeah.
Are we ready? Okay.
Totes.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Did we even ask you? Did you watch it?
I asked him.
Oh, did you?
And I said, nah.
Nah.
Is your head about to explode?
So the Snickers coming out of your face.
Too much spark! My head feels like it's on fire.
Whoa. Snickers bar is trying to tell me something.
What are you trying to tell me, Snickers bar? All right, let's do this.
Man, that was good. Oh, so good.
All right, welcome back.
Hey! BMFcast number 1.
Second half.
Time for more podcasting.
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
do it. Let's talk about some things.
All right, Chuck, we did not pre-discuss.
Right.
Where do your movies rank as a crazy whatever you watched? What is this?
What?
They're all 2014.
Okay, go for it.
All right. I just want to say that if you remember my list of best of 2014 movies in a podcast a few months ago,
Right.
fuck that list. I blew it up. In one weekend, I totally blew it up because I watched a bunch of movies that were great, and they all would have probably ended up on the list. First of all, John Wick, which is fucking awesome. That movie rules.
I concur.
Hooray.
It was it was 99 cents on Amazon to rent. That seemed like a pretty good deal.
That's a fantastic
And
deal.
I would have gladly paid a lot more money for that movie. That's my only beef with that movie is some of the CG blood and stuff, but just the stuff that's happening in that, you realize that if they'd used squibs and something got fucked up, they would have had to reset so much stuff that it would have taken way too long. So while I can understand it, it's slightly disappointing that there's a bunch of CG blood and shit in it. So, but man, people were right about John Wick.
No.
Movie's pretty good.
Dudes that need to get murdered get murdered.
Oh, they get murdered so good. So, I also watched Nightcrawler, which I didn't know what to expect from that movie at all, and that movie is really, really good. It's one of those movies that you don't know how creepy it's going to be. Like in terms of like, is this movie just going to get gross and be a bunch of stuff that I don't want to see? And luckily, it doesn't become that.
Oh, good.
But it's kind of darkly funny in a way. It's where it is on the satire meter is hard to gauge. It's never very clear on what you're supposed to be horrified at and what you're supposed to kind of be laughing at satirically. But that aside, I think that the performances in that movie are great. It's kind of Drive-esque. It's not like Drive, but it has that same kind of vibe to it.
No.
So I like Nightcrawler a lot. Interstellar, which I know we've talked about. I
Yeah.
finally got to see it. I love that movie. I really, really love that movie. And I think that movie had so much goodwill going for it in the first two acts that there's some really silly bullshit in the third act, but
There is.
it just didn't bother me enough to really knock the movie for it. I just thought that everything about it up until then was really great, and I just couldn't fault it for... It kind of like takes a Sunshine turn at one point, but whereas Sunshine took it hard and got kind of disappointing, I Interstellar kind of course corrects itself. So I really like that a lot. And then a movie that I didn't think I was going to like at all, but turned out to be pretty good was The Judge. I couldn't tell what that movie was going to be from the trailers. I couldn't tell if that was a comedy, if that was a maudlin family drama thing. I couldn't tell anything about what that movie was supposed to be. And it's kind of a weird mix of Robert Downey Jr. being Iron Man, interacting
I
with
was
a
going
bunch
to
of people in
say,
a small
he
town.
just kind of seems to play that character now.
It kind of is, but it has a heart to it also, to where he can turn that off and behave like a normal human being. So that was appreciated. I mean, I actually said to my wife as we were watching, I was like, wow, he can play a human being again. That's neat. So that one was a surprise. It's probably, kind of Lifetime movie-esque in a way, but because it's got such big stars in it. And
Yeah. I got to admit, that's one of those movies that I saw what it was, and I was like, nope, I will never see that movie.
I didn't pick that one. My wife picked it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, we've watched all these great movies. let's see what this one is. And it was surprisingly. It was surprisingly pretty good.
Okay.
And also the Imitation Game with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, about the cracking of the Enigma machine in World War II, and then the horrible treatment of this man by the United Kingdom because of their weird intolerance of gay people.
Mm-hmm.
So
spoilers.
It's in the
to history.
It's what the movie's about. Yes, to history. I've spoiled history for you. I'm sorry. That's a character piece. It's not a big huge thing, but it's amazingly acted. It feels very authentic. The British make good period pieces, obviously, because they have all of the stuff right there where they can do it.
Well, in history.
Yeah, well, they have that too.
It
yes, sure. It happened right there. They could just go outside and say, look, history.
This place looks just like it did 500 years ago.
Yes. So, yeah, that was my weekend of 5 really amazing movies.
So they literally blew out your entire list?
They would have altered it severely.
Okay.
Like, the Lego movie would still be up there somewhere. I mean, I'm not saying these 5 became my top 5.
Okay.
But
all right. It would have messed everything up.
Yeah. Like, Pompeii would not still be on the list. I mean, come on. So.
Well, that's what we said.
I know. But,
okay.
You should see more movies in a year before you do a list. I mean, I feel bad. So, all those movies are really... And as a side note, I saw Horrible Bosses 2 also. Wouldn't have made my list, but I thought it was still really funny.
Okay.
So, there's some really good stuff in that.
Well, good.
All right.
I liked the first one.
Mm-hmm. It's more of that.
Okay.
It's almost as good as that.
Well, that sounds like a glowing recommendation,
Yes.
then.
You will miss Colin Farrell.
Oh.
Yeah.
He was busy doing True Detective 2.
Yes, growing that sweet stash.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we have something else to talk about.
Yeah.
Is that it? We're moving on to
Colin Farrell.
that?
Oh, wait.
Totally speaking of Colin Farrell.
What?
He was in Daredevil.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. You could say you hit that on the bullseye.
No.
Wow.
I would not say that, but I just did.
Yeah, you did. You totally
But yeah,
said it.
Netflix Daredevil. That's what we want to talk about.
Daredevil on Netflix.
Right. How's that?
Well, I have finished it.
I've seen the first 5 episodes.
Okay.
That show's really good.
Yeah.
That show's shockingly good. Like, and not just in the, not just in the fights and the look of it. I mean, like, the writing in it is really exceptional as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, like, I was like, oh, Netflix is doing Marvel-y things? Okay, I'll watch those because I would, and I don't know, I'm an actual Marvel zombie instead of whatever that other thing was, I guess, maybe. I would watch whatever they put out, because I have so far, including Elektra. But I
saw that on a plane.
Yeah.
It was not good.
No, it's not. But... Like so I didn't really keep up with that. I think I saw that Vincent D'Onofrio was going to be the Kingpin. I think that was one thing I couldn't avoid. I was like, okay, all right, there's that. And I don't know anyone else that's in this. I don't know who the guy that's playing Daredevil is. I haven't looked at any promotional photography. I've just tried. We've been talking about. I'm trying to avoid things I've already pre-made my mind up that. Give me this and I will watch it. I don't need any additional information. Mm-hmm. Don't sell me on something I'm already sold on. So going in, I had no idea that Drew Goddard was involved in this Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah,
he's like the executive producer and wrote at least a couple episodes.
He was supposed to be the showrunner, but then he went on. He was going to do all the Sony Spider-Man, like Sinister Six, all that other stuff. He got hired to do that, so he's like, well, yeah, that's a bigger deal. And then that all fell through, and so he kind of created it, but then kind of passed it on to Stephen DeKnight.
Yes, yeah. So I mean, he's involved in it, and it has good showrunners behind it. So I guess having finished it, like I loved it pretty much throughout. There are highs and lows, obviously, with most any other show, but like it just stays pretty good all the way through. I mean, it was never like a low, like, oh, I don't know about this if I'm going to keep watching. It was just like, this wasn't as good as that other incredible thing that was in the episode before, kind of lows, if you will. Mm-hmm. But yeah, shockingly good, shockingly R-rated. Like, I did not know that. I mean, they're not dropping F-bombs all over the place, but like
they drop a couple.
Yeah, there's shits and F-bombs or shits and assholes and dickheads and all that aplenty, and lots of lots of violence.
All right,
like
lots of heads get damaged in creative ways.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess that's all we can say about that. But
Yeah.
I really the cast.
Yeah,
I
the
really
cast is
like. I
fantastic.
really like the Foggy and Matt relationship. It feels the way it should
Yep.
from the comics, and they just the writing's really great, and they each it's weird because it's such a weird blend of like a legal show and a dude being a superhero at the same time.
Okay,
Kind
so what like people were describing it as that, but like there's very little courtroom stuff. I mean, like they
Yeah.
talk about doing law, but I would actually say the majority of the show feels like if you mix The Sopranos with a superhero, because like this entire show is, and there's even a little bit of John Wick thrown in there too, because like the entire show is like got this premise of Wilson Fisk is the kingpin, and but like he has done everything in his power for his entire life to keep his identity hidden. So he's like this evil John Wick out there, like this boogeyman that people think there's somebody running the crime, but he's such a fucking enigma that like people just talk it up like I can't say his name even because he will murder me and my entire family. And so they just build this whole crazy thing of like just like, this enigma out there that's this boogeyman that's going to fucking kill you. And so like the whole show kind of has that Sopranos thing of like you feel like every time someone walks out the door they're just going to get murdered or attacked or something. So it has that like Sopranos like creeping fear of like the next shoe is going to drop throughout the whole thing. And so like it's weird because like you would think they could very easily go legal drama on this.
Yeah.
But they very rarely spend any time in courts or interviewing people in a legal style process.
Yeah.
They kind of more talk about doing law than actually do it.
Well, I mean, the third episode has a lot of court stuff.
Sure,
I
yeah,
mean, that one specifically a court case type thing.
Yeah, and then like that's kind of almost it. Like they kind of do that. Like they're lawyers and they will spend some time in courtrooms, but move on from that sort of.
Well, and they do a good job of making him vulnerable. Because I mean, like he's not like any like he gets his ass kicked a lot, and they tend to show a lot of the aftermath of him having to get himself patched up and having cracked ribs and black eye and just being all messed up.
Yep.
Which I like. I think this is the stuff Marvel needs because it's kind of like this is just a dude who's fighting thugs on the street, and fighting low level crime type things. Whereas like Iron Man, why should he give a shit about any of that? He's a dude wearing a suit of, he's fought off an alien invasion. He doesn't give a shit about somebody getting mugged.
Yeah, and
on
that's
43rd Street.
That's also, I mean, besides like giving Daredevil his proper origin story in this one, unlike the movie, the most amazing thing they do with this is that this lives in post aliens fucked up New York. This lives in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So they talk about the fact that like most of Hell's Kitchen got destroyed from an alien invasion, and it's kind of like they're kind of rectifying the like shit was bad here. So Wilson Fisk is secretly, in his own kind of way, is trying to build back up the infrastructure of the city, but he's kind of doing it for his own means and ends. So it's just kind of like this interesting balance of like, shit, got wrecked in the Avengers, and yes, we acknowledge that. And
and that's also how they deal with the fact that Hell's Kitchen nowadays is like where you go if you want to get an artisan coffee or some bullshit.
Kind of, yeah.
It's not like the shithole that they act like it is. And, because I mean, when the Daredevil comics were coming out in the 80s, it's like, you didn't go to Hell's Kitchen in New York.
It's been rebranded.
Yeah.
It's Clinton now.
Yeah, I know. But that's kind of how they get around that part, I guess, is to tie it in with the cinematic universe and all that stuff.
But yeah. But no, I mean, I can't gush about this enough. I mean, I would easily watch another a second season of this. I mean, in a heartbeat.
It'll be out on Sunday.
Okay.
Man, I wish.
Well, I mean, the original plan was like they're doing this, then they're doing AKA Jessica Jones, which I have to be honest. I got so invested in this. I'm like, okay, now I need to read about what's coming next and when they're coming and all that. So I actually kind of like looked at the showrunners and that for the next show, which that's the next one out. That one has me a little worried because like it doesn't seem like it has the pedigree of people behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but David Tennant's in that.
Yeah, but like the showrunners' claim to fame are things to do with the Twilight movies and stuff like that.
Some people can escape that.
I know. I'm just saying, like you throw names like that were behind this, and it's like, obviously they're going to do something good, but I'm still holding out faith. I'm not prejudging.
Well, I mean, how's the source material
of Jessica Jones?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Okay.
I mean,
I don't know anything.
it's going to be a very different vibe. I can tell
Okay.
you that right now. But the culmination of this is they're going to do him, Jessica Jones. I don't know which is next, Luke Cage or Iron Fist. But they're eventually all going to come together and have a Defenders miniseries where they're all teamed together.
Oh.
Which is like a kind of like a later version of the Heroes for Hire. It's like basically like the people on the streets version of the Avengers,
Okay.
if you will.
Yeah. I'll say this: if you're not in after the second episode, you're probably not going to be in.
Yeah,
That's
seriously.
Like I was like, the first episode was good, and then the second episode's like, okay, yeah, all right, yeah, you guys have me now.
Yeah,
This
That
is awesome.
End of the second episode is among the best things I've ever seen on quote unquote television. I mean, like with that finale of True Detective up there, it's that kind of level.
They do a lot of long take shot
yeah,
stuff.
they do, but that one especially.
Yeah, that one especially, and apparently it was one take.
Yeah.
It looks like points where they left breaks in case things went wrong.
they,
but
they swear it was one take.
yeah,
Wow.
it's pretty awesome.
Anyway, so transitioning from this, I finished Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
I decided to go back and rewatch the movie. I was just like, it's been a long time.
Did you watch the version with Coolio in it?
Yeah, I did. And
Yeah!
I also don't know
There's
that
a Coolio version?
Yeah,
Yes, of
I-
Daredevil.
I don't think I'd ever seen the
I
director's
bet
cut.
it's cool.
I've never seen the director's version.
So I was like, I have this because I bought the Crap Fest Marvel movie Blu-ray pack for like $5 one time. It was both Fantastic Fours and Daredevil.
yeah. I borrowed that.
It didn't have
That's a
Elektra.
winner.
It didn't have Elektra in it, but
Oh,
like I
no.
said, like I know that's the one that's I'm missing. I think.
It has stick.
Yeah. So all right, let me tiptoe through this one because I will say, while I won't. There's a lot of things I don't like about the Daredevil movie. I think the Daredevil movie gets a lot of shit kind of unfairly.
I agree with that.
I actually
do I.
think it's not that bad of a movie. There are aspects of it that are bad, like the early 2000s CG really betrays that movie. Like there's a lot of really unnatural burly man fight movements that Daredevil does. But there's also kind of a lot of good in that movie, almost. Like it really pisses me off having seen the new Netflix one that how much they fuck up his origin story. Like that's kind of a big part of like somebody's being, is like in the movie it's just like, oh, I'm mad at you, Dad, and I'm running, and oh, chemicals in my face. It's not, there's no heroics involved. It's not, that's kind of part of the thing. Is like it's really cool to give somebody a superpower because they were being a heroic before they had the superpower. And that's kind of a big part about him. So I don't know. I don't know if the quote unquote director's cut makes a lot of difference, but I realize that I kind of sort of still like that movie.
I always liked that movie and defended it when it came up in conversation. The only thing I don't like about that movie is how everyone defies gravity towards the end of it. It just seemed
Sure.
like super weird. Like all of a sudden, why does everyone have these jumping powers
Right.
that don't make any sense? I mean, it's like, fine, you've got your established talents, but now all of a sudden you're jumping 50 feet at a time and crawling up buildings. I don't understand why. That's never explained.
Yeah, I think unfortunately I think this movie falls in the it was the time of our lives when we shit out upon Ben Affleck.
Oh yeah,
it was,
totally
was definitely
So
Affleck overloaded.
yeah, I think it was just that's its main crime, if you will, is everyone hated Ben Affleck.
Never understood that. Never will.
Yeah, and my only issue really with it is trying to use too many storylines in one movie. From the comic, it's like, all right, well, we got to do this, and then this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and it's like, okay, well, you kind of threw everything in there at this point. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's
Yeah, but they also weren't ever going to make a sequel because Ben Affleck was like, nah. He actually said, I'm never putting on a costume ever again, I guess, until they gave him Batman dollars.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
but yeah. So how's Coolio in it?
He's Coolio.
Okay,
I mean, he just acts like Coolio for a few minutes.
I know.
Yeah.
Is he Coolio as himself?
No, he plays
Or
like
is he
I
Coolio
think he plays
as-
Lester Jackson. Believe it or not,
Oh, I hate safe touch.
I know. I think that's actually his name in the movie, though.
Nobody outside of our town.
I
will get
know.
that
No one's gonna get that
at
joke,
all.
but it's
All right.
so good.
Just to explain, there's a security
Isn't
company.
Safe Touch at least regional?
No.
I don't think
No.
so.
No.
There's a security company here in town that the owner's name is that, but no, I'm pretty sure that's yeah, that's it.
Oh, yeah, and their commercials have the dopey.
Yeah. Just
Cops.
frustrated robbers
Yeah.
are always getting thwarted. And they hate that Lester Jackson.
Yeah, that's the
Boss guy. Oh, I hate safe touch.
Yep. Anyway, so there, he's explained regional jokes to people that don't care.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Come
yeah.
visit.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, it just I don't hate Daredevil. I like it better than like Blade 2. That's for damn sure.
No problem there.
Yeah, definitely like it better than Elektra. Probably like it better. You know, the funny thing
Elektra is just like deathly boring.
is, Elektra is like Catwoman bad. Like it's just it's bad, like bad, like really bad. But I mean, like, and I actually kind of like some aspects of the first attempt at the Fantastic Four movies. Aspects. That's why I didn't mind owning them. I was like, to have the set. There are things about them that are good. Like I like the guy who plays Doctor Doom, and at least he's not a fucking blogger or whatever he's going to be, or
Yeah.
yeah. I don't want him to thwart them with his power of his Instagram followers or
He
whatever.
was on Nip Tuck.
Yep. Anyway,
Oh, that guy. So,
moving on.
you guys want an email?
Totally want to
yes,
Bring
we
it.
do.
This is among the more unique emails we've gotten
All right.
because I can read it on the air,
Uh-huh.
but it's not really going to matter as much because it was sent to us in comic form
Sweet.
I think she
by
does.
Jody, our favorite fartist.
Yes. I think she does a good job of putting enough text in there. That
I will read the text. We will have to. I don't think we can post it on the live stream, but
I think it's too tall. It would be kind of hard to read.
Yeah, we can't.
If everyone
But
wants to turn their heads, I could turn it sideways and maybe have it work.
we'll link to it in
yeah,
the show.
we'll put
Yes.
it in the show notes. A downloadable, portable document format file.
Right.
PDF. All right. So anyway, this is from Jody. It says, "Greetings, BMFcast. It's your favorite fartist, and I'm coming to you today in my comic persona to say thanks for all your hard work and request my latest movie obsession. There are so many favorite moments from the show I've lost count, so I thought I would just highlight some of the ones that stand out the most for me. First one is the one that started it all, Robot Jocks. And I'm not even going to describe these. Just go to the website. Go to
You're not going to
BMFcast
give us the Daredevil visual description of the comic?
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
But go to bmfcast.com. It'll be posted on this episode 269. Go look for it. Anyway, there's the great historical and heated toilet wine debate. The XDEA special 1999 common everyday fanny pack that never really came into play.
Omega Cup?
No, wasn't that from American Ninja?
No, American Samurai.
American Samurai. That's right, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Why did I think Omega Cup had a fanny pack too? No?
Might have.
Didn't Cyborg Cop have one?
Oh, that
Ooh.
no, Cyborg Cop is what we're
Cyborg
thinking.
Cop.
Yeah, okay.
Cyborg Cop.
American Samurai is the same guy, different movie.
Yep. Okay.
And then she's also, I love the illustration for this one too, is a creature so glorious yet so grotesque it could break the universe. Busey dog. And then of course he's saying, hey.
Shockma!
He's got such great teeth in that picture too. Hey. He says, woo, as great as Busey dog could be.
Woo.
Woo.
Whoa.
Woo. As great as a Busey dog could be, you know that he will fuck up the carpet eventually. Guaranteed. All right, enough nostalgia for now. Let's start working on some new material for a sequel for this thing. Every time I get into the new movie and I watch it over so many times, throwing it on in the background like a bad habit. So what's been playing on my computer so much? Shoot Fighter, Fight to the Death, starring Bolo Young, Martin Cove, William Zabka. Sweep the leg, Johnny. This has everything you're looking for in a senseless violence movie. Young fighter with something to prove. Asian guy with lots of money. Creepy guy of nondescript European descent. Standard training montage. Grudge from the past that must be resolved. Karate Kid meets Bloodsport. Literally. Martin Cove doing a nonchalant stance with his come at me bro face. Stuntmen in bad wigs trying to act. Female characters horribly shoehorned into the plot. So thanks again, guys, for all your hard work. It is always appreciated. And know that when I'm listening, it's not just when I'm crossing state lines. Keep on casting. Send a pictogram form for your amusement. Said, P.S. Shoot Fighter 2 is way more cheesier and has all the ingredients from the first one, only with more. If you want to see the continuing adventures of my cartoon self, it's at iloveaikido.tumblr.com. Shameless self-promotion alert.
Oh, jeez.
Come
God,
on.
really?
Deleting all that.
Oh, my God. Promoting.
Fine, we'll link to that in the show notes or something.
We'll put it in our hot links.
God,
links.
maybe
Make
we'll
it part of
tweet
our
it out
web
or
ring.
something because we love Twitter.
Yeah. Put it
We
part
do.
of-
No, we will definitely be posting this on
We're going to
the,
start a web ring. We start a bling ring.
We've been trying to start a web ring.
Cool.
Oh, man, but tripod, it just won't accept
Waiting
our
for everyone to
submissions.
sign our guest book.
I'm trying to bring back
What's our
GeoCities, guys.
visitor counter thing up to now?
Oh, it's a lot.
Oh,
It's,
man.
it's just
it
going,
rolls.
going,
Oh,
and going.
Our angel fire just keeps
Oh.
counting up higher and higher. But yeah, we'll have to post the comic there. But
Yeah.
Shoot Fighter.
Shoot Fighter. 1993's Shoot Fighter.
Shoot Fighter.
Sounds pretty good. I want to watch it. Can we watch it now?
Fighter of Shoots.
Probably not now, but soon.
Soon?
Soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta finish up Kid and Play Pro.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, we're locked
We got
in
what,
here.
one
you
more
guys.
week of that?
We're going to
Yes.
celebrate their entire catalog.
Yep. Gotta wrap that up. Get it? Wrap.
With rapping.
Oh,
Yeah. That's what I was going for.
I figured that
With
was
the rapping.
That was something.
So speaking of wrapping it up,
Well, normally we wrap it up with contact information. Should I do that?
yes, actually.
Yeah, why don't
All
you
right,
do that?
email us at bmfcast.com. Check out the website, which is bmfcast.com, and on the right-hand side there is there's a grouping of buttons. That's where all of our social stuff hangs out. You can click all of those and go do all of the things there, or you can give us a call on the Garfield phone, the BMFcast hotline 9105-JOCKS-BMF or 910-556-9263. Done.
wow, efficient.
Man, you were
Yeah.
ready to drop the mic after you. Like,
Yeah.
done.
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 You just got played.
You ain't
All right.
I ain't kidding you. You ain't kidding. Meow. Too much caffeine. I'm sorry.
End this podcast.
I'm trying to.
No, Sparks.
All right, let's get out of here, shall we? I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And this is Bamcast out. Bye.
Sorry,
Well.
Scott. You were just a little bit too late.
Oh, did we just get an email?
Well, he said, "Yeah, I'm sending it now."
Oh, too late. Sorry. Next time.
We're
Next
not.
time, Gadget.
It's gonna have to wait till next week.
Hey, Cal, you can email as a file if you don't want to call internationally. Or you can, if you have Skype international, you can use that. I don't care. Either way, I'm just saying. We accept, MP3s or whatever is in our...
Yeah.
Send us
Really?
No, do not send us a goddamn
FLAC
FLAC.
file.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, send Chuck a FLAC file so he can figure out how to convert it and edit it into the...
Send us an OG.
No, do not. Okay, that actually would work, but don't send us a goddamn FLAC file.
Come on, they're higher quality.
Yeah, figure out how to import that into...
Kick him in the
into
dick, Scott.
Audition Creative Cloud.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just run it through a converter.
Yeah, put it through the FLAC file
Sure, obviously.
thing with the flags.
Also, it would probably cut off because of the size of email, because it would be like a 900 meg file for a 9-second email.
All right.
It's the true audio quality. You wouldn't understand. I can hear
Would
all
we?
of it.
Would we not?
Yeah, totally.
Hey, you could send us an OGC. Oh, I'm sorry. That was bad.
Just send a
It's
wave
awesome.
file, man.
Your
Australia.
Oxy
Don't
accent.
compress that shit.
Yeah.
Send a wave.
Yeah. Send it via Dingo. Dingo, yeah. Hey, Joe, baby.
Yes, we don't want to lose any of your bullshit.
Actually, send it MP1.
No,
Or
no,
MP1.
no. You need to send us a real media file.
No.
Oh, yeah, real media.
Yes, we want to lose everything in your
It's
bullshit.
like the Edison cylinder of the internet.
It's very true, actually. Yes, it is.
It's a real media.
So which one would be the 8-track?
Real media.
Was
Wave?
There, was
Wave?
there ever a MP2?
Because, all right, so the 8-track...
Wave is actually like
good, that's what we...
Yeah,
Wave is what we
but,
use when we
so are
record.
8-tracks. 8-tracks are actually really good quality. That's the thing people forget. It's
but they
cassettes.
also played through like shitty 70s
Yeah.
speakers.
I know, but the
And if
thing
the
is,
song
like,
was too long, it chunked
cassette was terrible because it was stereo, but an 8-track could actually, it was actually pretty good quality for what it was. And they still get used in professional environments. It's kind of like Betamax. It's like it's still in use in places.
Well, they
maybe
don't-
not now, but
They're going to use
For
tape
long
before they're
enough.
going to use 8-track. Well, before they're going to use an 8-track cassette. Yeah.
I mean, like when they still use tracks in the radio station, they were like little 8-track.
Oh, the carts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
carts,
they,
yeah.
they don't
Similar.
really use those anymore.
I know. That's what I mean. But they got used for a lot longer.
Oh,
after
yeah.
it was commercially done. Anyway, we're going to end this now.
No, this is fascinating.
Is it?
It really is. I want to hear more about 8-track use in corporate environments. Wait, you don't share my enthusiasm for this?
There were really shitty QuickTime.movs. I mean, it's not audio, but that's
Movies are still used. MOV files are what the iPhone shoots now.
I remember back in the day, like the shitty movie files that we were getting were like
AVIs.
AVIs.
You used to use AVIs?
And MOVs, they were like,
used too.
they're like,
It's just a container. It has nothing to do with what's inside of it. It's different. All right, never mind.
you're right, but that's what I remember. Like that's what I remember from shitty.
All right, well, so it was also especially shitty
4
back
seconds
then
of
because
internet.
nothing
day.
played it except for QuickTime, and you had to go download it on
It would
the
open
PC.
up a different browser window with a big queue in it, and then you would get
Right.
a little time bar, and you'd
Yeah.
watch your.
But there's a difference between a compression algorithm and a container.
There totally is, you guys.
Yeah.
Welcome to.
You're 100% right. That's just
Twit
my
TV.
It's like the difference between a font and a typeface.
Sure.
what?
Clip in a magazine.
I mean, an MP4 can be contained inside of an AVI file. If
Yeah.
that makes any sense.
There's a difference between font and typeface.
Yeah, a font is the physical file. Well, not physical file, but the actual file, whereas the typeface is... It's kind of like the difference between a song and an MP3.
Yeah, typeface is like you could actually have a physical thing for like a Gutenberg press or something too. It'd still be you could still have Comic Sans
Font
and a
being
fucking
the-
Gutenberg
font
press, which
being
would
the-
be amazing, by the way.
Font
Somebody
being the
do
file.
that Kickstarter. I will give you money.
Font being the file, typeface being the way it looks.
Yes.
Got it.
Get it.
Anyway,
It's like difference between indigo and purple. Violet.
No. Wait a minute. That's a different type of difference.
I'm just fucking with you now.
wrote you down.
No.
Let's not.
No.
Shia
Let's not
LaFont.
get. Let's
No,
not get that
no.
far out into the weeds.
All right.
All right.
Good night, everyone.
I'm Harlow.
We'll see you next
I'm
week.
Mackie.
And I'm BJ.
I'm BJ. And I'm Chuck.
If you enjoyed this content, donate to our Patreon.
We don't have a Patreon.
We
But when
don't
we
have
do,
a Patreon.
damn it, Chuck.
What?
We don't have a Patreon yet. Or do you have one
Sorry,
secretly?
hold that money.
You
put
have
it
one.
in a jar.
Yeah. Give it
Are
to
you
Chuck's
taking all-
Patreon, apparently.
No, I'm not saying that.
All right.
Find me on the street and donate directly to my Patreon.
Yeah. Stalk us. We're easy to find.
I'm easy
I
to
mean, we're
find.
also easy, but that's beside the point.
Yeah.
Find me on Untapped. That's where you'll find where I am.
Find me on Grindr.
That's
Find me
that's
on
Tinder.
Chuck. That's where Chuck found me.
Yeah, that's how I found the show.
Hoagies and Grindr.
Hey, good night.
Meatloaf
Good night,
sandwich.
everyone.